And for our final issue this week, the Philippine Center for Post-Harvest Development and Mechanization, or PhilMech, launched two locally developed technologies that will address the post-harvest concerns of rice farmers in the Philippines. Here's our news correspondent with the story.
PhilMech Executive Director announced the development of the fluidized bed drying system as a means for a faster and more efficient alternate drying system. The second technology developed by the PhilMech is the brown rice huller, which will hopefully encourage more local farmers and millers to produce more brown rice. These two new technologies will now be commercialized by PhilMech. The fluidized bed drying system is a high-capacity dryer which can accommodate big volume of high-moisture paddy rice that can be dried well during the wet season. The technology involves the use of high airflow, resulting to fluidization on the drying bed. This eliminates grain clumping and results in faster and more uniform drying. The fluidized bed dryer can reduce the drying time of unmilled rice, thus reducing the cost of this process from the usual 8 to 12 hours to a more efficient 3 hours.
The cost savings for this fluidized bed drying is an estimated 63 centavos per kilogram, which is good news to rice farmers. The heat source of this system is a biomass furnace, although billers can also use rice husk to generate heat needed for drying. The system has the capacity to process 1 metric ton of paddy rice per hour and only requires 2 persons to operate. More from our news correspondent.
The PhilMech dryer is fully automated and requires low energy. The total project cost for the fluidized bed dryer reached 2.7 million pesos. 2 million pesos of which was used to manufacture the commercial model. This model is comparable to the cost of machines of this type that are now available in the market. Once these are produced commercially by local manufacturers or fabricators, the price of this dryer will be lower. According to PhilMech, this will also be made available through the Department of Agriculture's mechanization program in 2018. Farmer cooperatives may avail themselves of this type of dryer with 85% of the cost covered by the government. For the brown rice huller, PhilMech Executive Director Rex Bingabing said that it only takes 1 milling pass to produce brown rice because part of the brand is left with the grain. The downside is brown rice has a shorter shelf life compared to well-milled rice. The brown rice huller has a capacity of 150 kilograms per hour, a husking ration of 98%, and a whole grain ration of 78%. For BizWatch, I'm Jelly Angeles.
Cost of milling of brown rice with this new technology is also much lower. Cost of project development for the brown rice huller reached 250,000 pesos, and it will be available commercially for only 50,000 to 60,000 pesos.